Hi, everybody. This is codeChris. And something that I've noticed is that the general public and general promotion of coding isn't as exciting as it used to be. Coding just isn't as cool. It's just not as the much of the direction that you gotta get into software, you gotta get in applications, you gotta be learned how to code right away because that's where the money is, that's where the excitement is, that's where the action is. That mentality has started to disappear. And we're going to talk a little bit about that right here. It wasn't that long ago that coding was everywhere. And it really started to formulate in the general public around these ideas around inside the movies where you start to see the biopics on Steve Jobs. You start to see some of the behind the scenes of building a social network in Hollywood and the sort of glamorization of the tech entrepreneur. The idea that, hey, if you learn to code, you could make the next Facebook, the next Twitter, the next big thing, and become a multi billionaire. And I think that Hollywood glorification, that shiny little zest, has started to fall down by the wayside. It's been replaced because, once again, not everybody's really going to get interested in code. It's not really a field for everybody. People like technology, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you would like building software applications, especially in the vast super majority of the jobs that are going to be available to you once you learn this skill. And so, with that, I think there's sort of this new direction that people are looking to go into. It wasn't that long ago that I myself taught myself how to code and was looking online at all the available resources because it was a direction where the job market looked um, good going into the future long term, and as the rise of boot camps as well as these courses you could take online from YouTubers to freecodecamp.com, or just all these general, there's entry points for beginners to learn. That's, I think, when those who are interested and those who still are will sort of take the trajectory and the direction of learning how to code. But that push for everybody to do it, I feel as if it's being seen a little bit as a direction of yesteryear. It's, oh, that's old news. That is not as exciting as it used to be. And that's probably fair. But now everything is about AI, robots, crypto. That's the future. That's the new hotness. That's the direction that everybody sees. Wow, that's the next industry. That's the next big thing that people need to learn, get into. And I think there is some truth to that. I'm definitely a big advocate of any company that's incorporating AI intelligently and actually understands the potential for AI in the same way that any company or people that I see understand the potential for cryptocurrency, decentralized currency, and what that has, not even long term, being like 20 years from now. I'm talking about the next 5, 10 max. Um, Really, we're on this exponential curve that those who recognize those changes, both people and companies, are going to be the ones who I think are going to be the most successful as they are looking into the future about really what's going to change in the marketplace, especially once robots start taking over these traditional low wage jobs, jobs that we initially assumed could not replace human beings. As more of that takes effect with AI, for those who actually do understand to some extent what AI actually is, it's not going to be like the movie like I Robots of a situation, but you are going to have something where a lot of not only blue collar but white collar jobs are going to be replaced, and you're going to be surprised when you see things in the medical field where certain positions, like those people who would look at different scans to search for various variations of gray, to look for tumors or initial signs of cancer. A lot of that can start being replaced with AI that can do much more better detection of those variations in color, and just get somebody to verify that. What's going to happen isn't going to be an entire replacement of the entire trucking industry with automatically robots overnight, but you will see a transition where all these trucking jobs are replaced slowly. What used to be 10 people driving 10 trucks will slowly start to decrease to 9, 8, 5, 3. You can even have one person manning a fleet of AI trucks, or you're going to have a direction where a entire fleet can be led on shorter trips, or you can also have the extra added ability of people being there almost like a security guard, right? They're not really going to do anything, but it is more of a theater for the general public, where there is a person up there doing something that is involved. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're doing the main lifting. And that also means that the entry point is going to be lower, which means the wage and the cost of the human is going to be lower, which also means that in general, you can make it this sort of expectation that as more jobs become easier and get replaced, you'll need less people, and the cost of those people will be even less as there's less of those jobs available. So, I mean, is it a bad idea to get into that direction? Absolutely not. But I'm just throwing out there that coding hasn't disappeared entirely, but it's taking on a new direction. It's not going to be apps, traditional applications. And if it is going to be in the direction of web design or websites, there should be some noting of the direction and differences, the expectations of what's going to happen in the very near future. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you agree that coding is kind of fallen by the wayside to some of these newer technologies that have a lot of hype and focus behind them, then let me know in the comments down below. Or if you completely disagree and think that, oh, no, 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 coding, the idea with what that means, that tech entrepreneur idea of what you can become with just a little bit of effort online, has not fallen by the wayside, and in fact is going in the direction of being stronger than ever. Let me know in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.